Y'all can clap. It's okay. That was pretty exciting. Yeah. All right. Welcome to Kinley Missionary Baptist Church. We are very grateful that you were here tonight with us. If you're a first-time guest, see one of the leaders. We'd like to get to know you a little bit, and we'd like you to join us for some more each week here on Sunday nights at 7 o'clock. As always, we start with our meet and greet. What you'll do is you'll find 5 people who are not sitting in your row. You will ask them a question just to get to know them a little bit. You must include one adult. Our question tonight: what animal would you like to have as a pet? Please pick an animal that is not conventionally a pet. And let's keep our answers, don't make up an answer. Make sure you talk with people and get their answers. You have 3 minutes. Hit the music and the clock. Dragons are not real, but Komodo dragons are. One minute as of 4 seconds ago. Yes. 30 seconds. Seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Cut the music. All right, let's see what answers we come up with this week. I'm very scared, by the way.
Rachel wants a dragon.
And I explained that dragons aren't real, so I suggested a Komodo dragon. She said no, a dragon. Okay?
Madison said a unicorn.
Let's go for real animals here. If you find a uniform, capture it. We'd like to study it.
I love you. Okay. Jason said a pig so he can eat bacon.
All right. Name the pig bacon. That would be great. I'll be over there in a second. What you got?
Madeline couldn't make up her mind, so she told me a polar giraffe.
A polar giraffe. Do they live north of the Canadian border, like near the North Pole? Are they like white with black spots? Are they like tall Dalmatians?
Even though he's on my row, he wants a dolphin guinea pig hybrid.
Okay.
Brylin wants a snake.
Why does she want a snake? Did she tell you?
No.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Joseph wants a pig so we can slaughter it.
Okay. Y'all are mean to animals. Y'all know that?
Miss Erin said she wants.
Hang on, guys. Sorry, Chastity.
Miss Erin said she wants a penguin.
A penguin? A penguin. You gonna name it macaroni? Anyone get that reference? No.
Rebecca said she wanted Olaf.
I don't think you understand the question.
Miss Lisa wanted a brown recluse.
Those are dangerous. Don't you know that? A brown recluse spider. This gig is taking years off my life. Just letting y'all know. Okay. Anybody else before I come up on the stage and then therefore can't come down? Okay. I've already talked to you.
I want to have a giraffe.
She wants a giraffe. Anyone can hook her up with a giraffe, please do so. Okay. Miss Karen, we got people who can hook her up with a giraffe, so be prepared to have a giraffe at your house soon. All right. Tonight's game is going to be kind of a viewer's choice, audience participation type game. We are going to have a 10-second dance-off. And I will be the applausometer. You will, at the end of their dancing, you will judge how good or bad they are. Let's keep the criticism to a positive. So if they're not good, just be silent. Don't hurt their feelings by booing. And if there's a tiebreaker, I will go to Mr. Kyle for the tiebreaker. Our prizes tonight, we have $5 or the mystery box. And as we all know, the mystery box can be anything. It can even be a boat. We know how much you want one of those. So, all right, now Kyle has texted me. He has gone to random.org. He's put everyone's name in a random generator. How many times did you? He randomized the list 4 or 5 times. And I have not seen it. So I'm pulling it up now. And the top 5 people will come down for a chance at the $5 or the mystery box. Number 1, Alston. I'm not really sure. Okay. Number 2, Tyler. Number 3, Madison. We're not videotaping this. It's okay. Actually, I can't lie to you. We are so videotaping this. Come on. Number 4, Hannah. She's so excited. And number 5, Chastity. All right. And to make it fair, you will be dancing to the same song. It is by Lecrae. It's called God Is Enough. Who are we going to go first? Number 3 is dancing first. That is Madison. So you're up, ma'am. Okay, Austin. Somebody go first. Chastity? Y'all sit? I would hate to take the $5 for myself. So, Roger, come get us started. All right, here we go. Play the music. He's got some moves. Is that 10 seconds? All right. That's been 10.
heavenly home.
All right, how did Mr. Roger do? Not bad, not bad. All right, who's next? Austin is up. Here we go. All right, how did Austin do? Okay, so you beat Mr. Roger. That's all right, Tyler, you're up. Here we go. Oh, breakdancing, all right. Yeah, lost your glasses. All right, how was Tyler? Ooh, that's tough. All right, that's tough. Who's next? Hannah is next. Watch out for the pencil. Here we go. Okay, next, Chastity. Okay, let's hear it. Woo, awesome. And last but not least. No, this is a singles competition. She has 5 seconds and then she vacates her spot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, Mattis, you have been, oh, no. Yeah, disqualified. There we go. All right. So, Kyle, who was our winner? They were all about the same applause-wise. Okay, all right. We've narrowed it down to Alston or Chastity. Mr. Andy, I'm going to put you on the spot here. You are going to make the decision.
They were also my 2 favorites, but I'm going to give the winner to the split.
That means Chastity is your winner. Thank y'all for playing. Chastity, you have a choice to make. Are you going to go with $5 or the mystery box? $5. She wants $5. Let's see what you would have won had you chose the box. All right, this would have been your prize. What are they? They're 2 necklaces I got at Ugandan. 2 necklaces from Ugandan Thunder. So thank you for playing. Great job. Jessica, you are doing announcements, so make your way up here. I have one announcement we need to make. We will not be having youth next Sunday night due to us having a business meeting. All right, so that's my one announcement, and Jessica, take it away.
Hey, y'all. We are here for you, Jessica. I'm just kidding. Sure. Fall Retreat, October 23rd through the 25th. Turn in your forms ASAP. The deadline is October 18th, which is in 1 week, so get them in. What date did I say? Thanks, girl. Okay, Saturday, November 7th, we are going to Judgment House in Goldsboro. Total cost of the trip is $10. See one of the adult leaders, or Mr. Andy's better. On Wednesday nights, we now have a middle guys and middle school girls Bible study up and running. Joe Davis is leading the guys, and Miss Karen Witt is leading the ladies. On Tuesday nights, high school guys Bible study will be at Kyle Daughtry's house from 7 to 8. see Eric or Kyle for more information. High school ladies will be meeting on Fridays. Aaron? Fridays. Fridays. Just show up in the morning. That's cool. 7. Is it going to start this Friday? Okay, so after October 30th, the following week. Shh. Okay, after October 30th, after the girls go glamping and the boys go camping, the following week, Friday, will be the first meeting we have with Aaron and Rebecca and Laura at 7 p.m. here. On Friday night, October 30th, the girls, high school, and middle school girls are coming together to go glamping here at the church. See Aaron, Rebecca, Laura, or Miss Karen. Don't worry, guys. We haven't forgotten about you. There is going to be a one-night camping trip. For more information, please see Mr. Joe, Matt Clark, Eric, or Kyle. Both events are free. North Johnston High School students, tomorrow and every Monday, FCA after school in Miss Brown's classroom. That's all. Oh, and after church, help pick up chairs. Thanks.
Awesome. All right. We're going to go ahead and get ready for our praise and worship. Dara is going to lead us in prayer. Let's go ahead and get our mind set and our focus on worshiping God. Make sure we are respectful during that time. Here we go.
Bow your heads. Hey, God, I thank you for letting us come into your house tonight. I pray that you be with everyone as we sing and praise you, Lord. I pray that you would be with Andy and everyone else who's speaking tonight, that it would get through to us, Lord. And I just thank you for bringing us all together tonight. In your name I pray, amen.
Great is your faithfulness, O God. You wrestle with the sinner's heart. You lead us by still waters and to mercy, and nothing can keep us apart. So remember your people, remember your children, remember your promise, oh God. Your grace is enough, your grace is enough, your grace is enough for me. Great is your love and justice, God. You use the weak to lead the strong. You lead us in a song of your salvation, and all your people sing along. Daddy was a preacher, but she was his wife. We're just trying to make the world a little better, you know, shine a light. And people started talking just to hear their own voice. And those people tried to accuse my father, saying he made the wrong choice. And though it might be painful, you know that time will always tell. And those people have long since gone, my father never failed. And even when the rain falls, and even when the flood starts rising, and even when the storm comes, and I am washed by the water, and even when the rain falls, and even when the flood starts rising, and even when the storm comes, and I am washed by the water, and even when the earth crumbles under my feet, and even when the ones I love turn around and crucify me, I won't ever, ever let you down. I won't fall as long as you're around me. Even when the rain falls, and even when the flood starts rising, and even when the storm comes, and I am washed by the water, and even when the rain falls, and even when the flood starts rising, and even when the storm comes, and I am washed by the water, and even when the rain falls, and even when the flood starts rising, and even when the storm comes, and I am washed by the water, and even when the rain falls, and even when the flood starts rising, and even when the storm comes, and I am washed by the water.
I feel like y'all are all asleep tonight. I wonder if we can get y'all involved a little bit. Let's see if y'all can clap. Okay, Kyle, you're going to have to continue playing while I figure out where to clap. There we go. Do that. There you go. That's good. All right, sing again.
And even when the rain falls, and even when the flood starts rising, and even when the storm comes, and I am washed by the water, and even when the rain falls, and even when the flood starts rising, and even when the storm comes, and I am washed by the water.
Good job, y'all. Y'all can keep a beat. Y'all can clap on this one too. Y'all can clap on this one too if you want.
There's no place I'd rather be. There's no place I'd rather be. There's no place I'd rather be. Here in your love, here in your love, God. No place I'd rather be. There's no place I'd rather be. There's no place I'd rather be. Here in your love, God. So set a fire down control. I want more of you, God. And I want more of you, God. So set a fire down in my soul that I can't contain, I can't control. I want more of you, God. And I want more of you, God. There's no place I'd rather be, no place I'd rather be, no place I'd rather be. Here in your love, here in your love, God. No place I'd rather be, no place I'd rather be. There's no place I'd rather be. Here in your love, here in your love, God.
I was going to open with y'all may have a seat, but y'all have already done that. Tonight's video testimony is my own. It is, 10 minutes of me bearing my soul to the camera. It's not something I wanted to do, but something I felt was necessary because I know for a fact that some of you are going through the same things that I went through. So here we go. So, for those of you who don't know, my name is Eric, 29. I've lived in Johnston County my whole life. The best way to describe my testimony is to kind of start from the beginning and work all the way up to where we're at now. When I was younger, I had a pretty good childhood. I had parents who provided for me. I never wanted for anything. We weren't rich. We were probably on the lower part of the tax bracket, but they made sure I was provided for. But somewhere along the way, I always had this feeling of wanting to be accepted, wanting to be loved, wanting to fit in. And it pretty much shaped a lot of my childhood, all the way up until my teens and in my 20s. 4th and 5th and 6th grade, my best friends were wrestling fans. So I became a wrestling fan so I could fit in. I had friends who loved to play basketball, so I played basketball to fit in. And that was, the biggest thing for me was I did everything I could to fit in. Whenever I got saved at the age of 13 at Cragmont, I felt Jesus come into my life, but it was an ongoing saga with me that I would always take one step closer to Jesus, but 2 steps further away, all in the name of trying to fit in, trying to be accepted. And at some point, my being accepted or trying to fit in or trying to be loved, it became idol worship. I had friends who played video games, so I played video games. And I didn't just play video games, I wanted to be really good at video games because I wanted them to compliment me. So I spent all my time playing video games. I had friends who played baseball, so I spent all my time playing baseball. Not because I necessarily enjoyed it, I did, but I wanted them to compliment me and tell me how good I was at baseball so I would fit in with their crowd. And that led to a lot of lonely moments in my life where I didn't really have an identity. Even though I had gone to church and been a part of church camp and youth group, I didn't really have my own identity. My identity was in how I could please others, how I could make others accept me for what they wanted me to be. When I was 15, I had friends invite me over to their house. and they had alcohol there. And I knew alcohol was wrong at that age. I still drank because I wanted them to accept me. And it was on a Saturday night, so the next day we skipped church. And I remember waking up the next morning feeling sick, not because of what we had drank the night before, but because I knew in the pit of my heart it was wrong. That I was skipping church because I was breaking the law and I was partaking of something that was not good for me. But I did that all in the name of trying to fit in. When I was 16, I got my license, and as Kyle likes to say, I was hooked on two things, car fumes and perfumes. I was always after, especially those freshman girls. I was a junior that year. And again, in the name of fitting in or trying to be accepted, didn't matter if I liked them or not. I had a car. I'd take them out on dates. I'd pay for it. I had a job. I was lifeguarding. I'd use all my money on gas and taking girls out for really expensive dinners. And it didn't matter how many girls I dated. I was looking for acceptance, looking to fit in. So I did what I could to please them. That was my form of idol worship when I was 16, 17. And it got even more into idol worship whenever I started dating long-term relationships. Whenever. Okay. So, I was in this long-term relationship, and everything I was doing in life was to make her happy, was to, get acceptance from her. And I started getting further and further away from God. And, I knew who God was, and, I was very good at putting on a show for people, but I wasn't really following Christ. In fact, I did something much worse. I would use the scriptures, and I'd, really twist it out of context to, I guess, make whatever I was doing seem godly. And, to me, that's just the biggest form of idol worship, where I take scriptures and turn it around to mean something it doesn't really mean. And I did that for several years. I did it while being a youth leader at a church. I was lying the whole time. And it all really kind of came to a head when one day that relationship ended. And all I could think about when I got home was, what am I going to do? I've spent this much time looking for acceptance, to fit in, looking for love, and I had no idea where to turn. And I had made up my mind when I got home that I was going to find a way to end my life. The only question was, how? I didn't own a gun. I didn't want to leave a big mess, so didn't mess with knives or razors or anything. I settled on, I had a bunch of pain pills that I had from surgery a few years back, just kind of chilling there. And I'd settled on that, and before I could do anything, my phone rang. Someone was out the door. I don't really remember. But I remember being so thankful that I was interrupted, and just thanking God, knowing the background behind my life and knowing the promises God had for me, and just thinking, never will I again be so stupid to move away from God. The next night, I went to church on a Saturday, which is really weird. I didn't know they did that. That night, Philippians chapter 3, verse 12. Not that I've already obtained all this or have already arrived at my goal, but I press on to take hold of that for which Christ Jesus took hold of me. Really resonated with me. And it really spoke to me that I did a lot of bad things, and I worshipped a lot of things that weren't God. I worshipped sports, I worshipped idols, I worshipped video games, I worshipped girls, and none of those things are God. And this verse tells me that I'm not perfect. You know, I haven't taken hold of perfection, but I press on towards Jesus. And from that point moving forward, I started taking my relationship with God a lot more seriously, and that was only 5 years ago. My prayers became genuine. My serving came out of wanting to serve instead of out of a selfish ambition to impress or to fit in. And I learned over the course of that time that I was accepted. You know, I'd been looking for acceptance my whole life, and I was already accepted. You know, I gave my life to Jesus when I was 13. I should have known it then. But, you know, I still made many, many mistakes all in the name of being accepted. But Jesus had already accepted me when he died on the cross.
All right, guys, if you ever have a question about anything, Eric's been there probably. He's experienced a lot. He's been alive 29 years. Go ask him. Talk to him. That's why the leaders are here. We're here for you, and we're here so you can talk to us, and so that you don't have to experience some of the same things that we experienced and some of the hurts and pains that we went through. Allow us to learn from our wisdom and from our hurts and our pains. He was talking about idol worship, and we've been talking for 4 weeks about serving. And it's really hard to serve when you're not worshiping God, when you're worshiping an idol, no matter what that idol is, whether it be I'm worshiping church, as in doing the good thing and being right and being here at church and whatever. But if we're not worshiping Christ, then we can't serve, really. You know, we went through several different ways to serve, serving the ones who need it, serving by sharing. I can honestly say that I didn't know a part of that story. And I've known him since I was in 10th grade, and I was the person who was at the house that night while the pills got thrown in the other room, and I was the person who took him to church that Saturday. But I had no idea what was going on, partly because I didn't ask. And I'm sorry for that, Creech. But so tonight we're gonna talk a little bit more about serving. Jesus has set an example for us on how to serve, and it's very vivid in the Scripture. So we're going to get a little bit into that, and Eric's going to talk about that.
This is from John 13, starting in verse 4. So Jesus got up from the meal, took off his outer clothing, and wrapped a towel around his waist. After that, he poured water into a basin and began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with the towel that was wrapped around him. He came to Simon Peter, who said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus replied, "You do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand." "No," said Peter, "you shall never wash my feet." Jesus answered, "Unless I wash you, you will have no part with me." "Then, Lord," Simon Peter replied, "not just my feet, but my hands and my head as well." Jesus answered, "Those who have had a bath need only to wash their feet. Their whole body is clean. And you are clean, though not every one of you." For he knew who was going to betray him, and that was why he said not everyone was clean. When he had finished washing their feet, he put on his clothes and returned to his place. "Do you understand what I have done for you?" he asked them. "You call me teacher and Lord, and rightly so, for that is what I am. Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I have set you an example that you should do as I have done for you. Very truly I tell you, no servant is greater than his master, nor is a messenger greater than the one who sent him. Now that you know these things, you will be blessed if you do them." I'm not going to say much about it. The whole idea of feet washing, it's not the best job. And slaves and servants would wash the feet of their master. It's a very humiliating, humbling job. And for Jesus to do the feet washing, for him to come and serve his disciples in that manner, speaks volumes to me. That he, who is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, would humble himself, not only to come to earth as a man, but also to do one of the most lowly, humbling acts one can do, all in the name of service and all in the name of love. I've had the opportunity to have my feet washed twice. One was when I was 13. I gave my life to Christ that night. The second time was in Africa 2 years ago. And both times were part of the most humbling moments of my life. That who are these people who are washing my feet, and they did it in the name of love, in the name of service. So tonight, as I'm going to demonstrate, I would like us to have the opportunity to serve you the way Jesus served his disciples.
This is not something that we are requiring anybody to do. We as leaders would like to serve you, and that it goes for everybody in the church in this room tonight. So this is going to be an open invitation to come. The guys are going to be on this side, and the ladies will be on this side for us to serve you. But once again, we're not going to force anybody to do it. It's very humbling, but it is a very act of service. So at this time, come, allow us to wash your feet. Allow us to serve you as Christ served the disciples.
band continues to play, we're going to be closing with How He Loves, and the altar is open. Maybe some of you are going through what I went through in high school, wanting to be accepted, wanting to fit in. Maybe you're going through something else, I don't know. But Jesus knows your heart. He came to this earth to serve. He died on the cross for you and my sins. No matter how bad they are, you can never go too far. All you have to do is turn around and Jesus will meet you right where you are. The altar is open tonight. If you feel God calling on your heart, whether it be you've never accepted Him for the first time, or maybe you've been living a lie the way I was living a lie, come down to the altar and we'll pray with you, we'll pray for you, or we can let you pray alone. It's up to you. Don't miss this call that God is putting on your heart. If He's putting a calling on your heart tonight, don't miss it. You may not be guaranteed tomorrow. We'll still have people down here. If you have not gotten your feet washed and you feel that you need to come down here and get that done, we'll have people here to do that for you as well. Let us stand as we close with How He Loves.
Continuation what Eric said. There may be some of you that are going through something right now. I don't know what that is. But all I can think about right now is how Jesus He went so low to cleanse our feet. And then to go and do so much more. There's a line in this song that says, if grace is an ocean, then we're all sinking. And it's not because of anything we've done. It's because if you're willing to go to God and tell Him, look, I'm struggling with this and I'm sorry, I need you. His grace is so huge compared to what we want to believe that it just covers us. If grace is an ocean, then we're all sinking. That means God's grace is so big that we're just drowning in that grace. But we want to hold that on. There's been stuff in my life I've held on to for years. And God forgave me years ago. But I wouldn't allow myself to be forgiven for that. And there's just so much that He's willing right now to forgive you and cleanse it and never think about it again, if you're willing to give it to Him. So I just pray that right now, tonight, if there's something on your heart, quit battling yourself, quit hurting yourself, quit putting yourself down, because if you've made mistakes, you look around and any other person in this room has done mistakes too. I'm not glorifying anybody's mistakes, but we've all screwed up. And so right now, just let it go. Quit holding it on. Quit letting it hold you down. It doesn't have control of you anymore.
He is jealous for me. Love's like a hurricane. I am a tree bending beneath the weight of His wind and mercy. When all of a sudden I am unaware of these afflictions eclipsed by hope. Just how beautiful you are and your affections are for me. And oh, how He loves us so.
to redemption by the grace in his eyes. If grace is an ocean, we're all sinking. And so heaven meets earth like a passionate kiss, and my heart turns violently inside of my chest. And I don't have time to maintain these regrets when I think about the way that he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. Yeah, he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. Lord, please, just right now, just forgive us for thinking that we're so big and we're so great that we can do things on our own, because we can't. Lord, there's nothing that we can work at and do to earn the love that you have for us. Lord, we thank you. Thank you for the life you've allowed us to have. Thank you for allowing us to have a life. Thank you for allowing us to be in a place where we can worship you and not worry about somebody coming in and trying to kill us. Lord, we just thank you and we love you. We don't tell you enough, we don't show it enough, Lord, but we love you. Lord, I pray that we would let go of all this stuff that we hold on to, Lord, this stuff that we think we need to have so that we'll look cool and so that everybody else will look at us and think we're so great by the car we drive or the clothes we wear or the activities we do. But Lord, all that means nothing. Lord, it's just things that we can do, but without you, we are absolutely nothing. So, Lord, we just raise our hands to you, Lord. We lift up our lives to you, Lord. We turn it over to you because, Lord, we can't do this anymore. We can't sit on our couch and just pretend that we are fine and we're good and everything's great because, Lord, we trust you and, Lord, we are nothing without you, Lord. So, Lord, please just give us the strength. And,
Son to die on the cross to save us from our sins, Father God. free and alive in you, God. We thank you that your grace is sufficient.